Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be taking a very quick look at iPadOS 15 running on the iPad Air Free. Now, why did I go for this combination? Well, basically a couple of different reasons. First of all, this has the exact same internal specs as the base iPad 2020 still on sale, which myself and many other YouTubers believe is actually one of the best deals in tech today. So I just want to find out how well iPadOS 15 will actually run on the lower end models that will support the full feature set of the new OS. Secondly, I've reviewed this a couple of months back here on my channel, one of my first videos actually, and at the end I decided that it's still a relevant device here in 2021. So is this a good device still in the summer of 2021 running iPadOS 15 beta, or has it actually started to show its age a little bit? Now, for those of you that are new here, my name is Andre, I'm a tech enthusiast and I do tech videos for the fun of it. If you enjoyed this video or find it funny in any way, give it a thumbs up, that will greatly help the channel, and also make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So first things first, we're going to go through some of the most relevant iPadOS 15 features in no particular order. And first up is Universal Control. I've listed this one first as this is a massive productivity improvement for everyone who uses the iPad as an extension of their Mac. It will let you work with a single mouse and keyboard and move between Mac and iPad for a seamless experience with no setup required. You can even drag and drop content back and forth between devices seamlessly, which is a great feature in my mind. So this one is going to be an outstanding feature for those who want more productivity from their iPads. Secondly, we have FaceTime. The host of improvements coming to FaceTime in iOS are valid across devices as long as the device in question is powered by an A12 chip or newer. So the iPad Air Free here or the base iPad will be fully able to take advantage of these features. Portrait mode in FaceTime looks even better with more screen real estate, so that's a big plus. Thirdly, we have widgets. You now can have the same thing on your iPad that's been on Android for like years now, and I'm seriously happy about it. You can have widgets on pretty much any page of varying sizes. Although the selection right now is a little bit limited, I actually do expect this to expand in the coming months, so once we're near release or after release, I expect there to be a lot more options in terms of widgets. But yeah, having widgets on any page of the device of varying sizes and placing them wherever you want, well, this is a big deal, and I'm really happy it's finally made its way to the iPad. The fourth feature that's super interesting is Swift Playgrounds. While everyone was waiting for Xcode to arrive on iPadOS, as everyone kind of based this on assumption on the introduction of the M1 iPad Pro, well, we all know how that turned out. Instead, we have Swift Playgrounds, which for the first time ever can be used to fully develop an iOS or iPadOS application from start to finish, including publishing it to the App Store. It's a great way to get kids interested in coding, if they so choose, without having to ditch the comfort of their iPad and use a laptop or a traditional computer, for instance. While I assume it hasn't set the coding world on fire, I expect this to be very useful for those who are looking to get into coding, to learn how to code, and who are basically beginners at this. So I think this is a fantastic feature at the end of the day. Multitasking has also gotten improved over last year. Again, a polish of an existing functionality to a certain extent. So basically they've added these three dots at the top of the screen. They're always there when an app allows multitasking, so you can select split screen and slide over. Let's give it a shot. We're going to try and open up Notes. Yeah, it works really cool. There's really no problem. Again, this is basically an improvement of an already existing feature. Like, this is not something revolutionary or completely new in any way, shape, or form. We already had multitasking in iPadOS. This is basically improving upon the feature. Safari is also getting a significant refresh and an improvement. You have this tab shelf at the bottom, which is basically going to allow you to open the various instances of Safari that you're using at the same time. You can navigate between them. You can close whichever you want really fast, like so. They've also added the shared with you functionality. Again, you're going to see links shared with you in messages that can automatically appear here. So pretty nice additions as well. Don't forget, we also have the Apple Private Relay if you have an iCloud Plus subscription or an iCloud Pro subscription or whatever to call it, which will allow Safari to have built-in VPN-like functionality, basically shielding your personal information from third parties, which is incredibly useful, of course. Again, I'm pretty happy with Safari as well. Another super cool feature that's been added on is Quick Note, which is incredibly useful. You just drag from the right bottom corner, or you can use your finger or obviously your Apple Pencil if you have one, and a note pops up. You can very quickly take notes. You can also use it to add links to the web pages you're on. This is the definition of quality of life improvements that may look superficial at first glance, but may end up being incredibly useful down the line. And last but not least, Apple continues to give us some meme material if you wish. So you can have a very large widget for weather As you can see here, you can basically select multiple sizes, so you can even have this relatively large widget on the screen, but there's no weather app behind it. It still opens up just the browser page in Safari with weather.com. So yeah, I don't understand why Apple is still not building a weather app for iPadOS, but it is what it is. Now, all of these features, plus a bunch of others, combine to make this a rather serious update in terms of quality of life. Sure, no major UI redesign and no strides made to take iPadOS closer to macOS, for instance. However, what these features do add is usability and make the whole iPad experience even better than before. I have to say I'm rather happy with iPadOS 15 in terms of features, and I find most of the stuff being added being quite useful, and the experience overall is as polished as it's ever been, which is a big plus. Now, as for the iPad Air 3 itself, I'm happy to report it's still going strong, and this should be great news for everyone who also uses a base iPad 2020 since they share the same internals. The performance is as solid as ever, so no real worries on that front. iPadOS 15 does not really appear to slow things down at all, which of course makes me really happy. It can no longer play every single game on the App Store though. Divinity 2 Original Sin, the first AAA iPad game, it has actually beefier minimum requirements than this iPad can sustain, but other than that, pretty much any single game out there you can play and enjoy without a problem. The rear-facing camera is as invisible and useless to me as it's ever been. At least the front-facing camera gets the new FaceTime functionalities, which are a very welcome addition overall. However, I have to say that still, to me, this is a better device than the current base iPad. It shares the internals, but you have a few added benefits on top, and all of them are in the screen department. This gets a laminated screen, True Tone, P3 white color gamut support, and all of that combines to make the display a better experience overall. Basically, this is an identical screen to the iPad Air 4, which was launched last year, so this screen is very good in day-to-day scenarios. And let's face it, the screen is what you're going to be using 100% of the time when you're using the iPad, so the better the display, the better the experience overall. And pricing now comes into play here a little bit. With the Air 3 now being available only in the used market, the prices are beginning to be really competitive, even against the iPad 8, which is currently the cheapest new iPad on sale. So if you have an iPad Air 3 like its predecessor that coincidentally is still supported in iPadOS 15, by the way, you'll most likely get years of support out of the Air 3 going forward. Consequently, if you're looking to buy a used iPad Air 3, rest assured that it's still an absolutely great tablet, clearly no longer among the fastest iPads, but no slouch either. Make sure to land one in decent condition, don't overpay, and you should end up being very happy overall. With that being said, as usual, I thank you for watching. If you found the video informative or funny in any way, please give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Once more, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.